If you could see exactly what millionaires across the world are putting their money on before it happens, would you? Because that's literally what prediction markets are. Now, if you haven't heard of prediction markets, you have most definitely heard of polymarket or Kalshi. These two platforms are currently taking over the world. When I mean taking over the world, I mean literally. Not only have you probably seen 1,000 ads for these apps, even politicians and our own president, Donald Trump, are talking about these things.
And I'm really good at predicting things, you know?
And along with that, every single day, new people are trying to find a new edge to beat out the competition. And this is literally making millionaires overnight. So with that being said, in today's video, I wanted to break down what prediction markets are, what strategies people are using, what resources people are using, and lastly, actually interview a few polymarket traders to get their secret sauce and, kind of figure out how they're actually making all this money. So what even are prediction markets? In simple enough terms, prediction markets is where you predict the future. So for example, Knicks versus Spurs is currently happening in the NBA finals and they play tomorrow. I can predict who's gonna win that game. I can predict money lines. I can predict anything, you know what I'm saying? And that's not much different from Prize Picks, Underdog, but where Kalshi and Polymarket and all these other prediction market apps differ themselves is you can actually predict on the news. You can predict on crypto. You can predict on Love Island, bro. There's literally anything you can predict on. Hell, I shouldn't say this after I just said hell, but you can predict on will Jesus Christ return in 2026? Like, it's insane, bro. So the first thing you want to know when it comes to prediction markets is obviously there's multiple different markets. And for example, this first market I'm showing you is a binary market. It's basically just where you pick yes or no on an outcome. So will Donald Trump attend a pro basketball finals game? You pick yes or no. And the most important thing you want to be looking for when you're actually on this page is checking out this graph. This graph tells you everything. This literally tells you what other people are putting their money on, and you basically could just follow them if you wanted. That's obviously one strategy that a lot of people do. So today it is currently sitting at 94.1% chance. And as you can see, if we go all the way back to May 26th, it took a drastic climb. Why is that? It was sitting on 30% chance, and then May 27th, it skyrocketed all the way to 79% chance. So for all my news guys out there, they could probably answer this question for you. So for all my news guys out there, if you were watching the news, ABC 7 News on May 27th, you got a great insight on a prediction that'll make you a lot of money here soon. Like I showed you, on May 26th, these odds were sitting at 34, 35%. And on May 27th, Donald Trump did an interview for, I don't know, it doesn't matter who he did an interview for, but if you were watching this, you got great insight. Somebody asked him a question about the NBA finals, and I'm guessing it was a question asking if he was gonna go. And he responded, "I think I'll be going to one of the games. I was invited by numerous people, and I think I'll be going." So, obviously after I hear that, I'm gonna go over to Polymarket and hammer Trump attending one of these games. And that's exactly what happened right here. It skyrocketed, and you probably could have 10x your money there. Another very popular binary market are these hourly cryptos where you can predict if it's gonna go over or under a certain target price. So for example, I'll head over to price today at 10 p.m., Bitcoin price today at 10 p.m. Eastern. And I'll use this one over here that it's already giving me, over or under 61,500. So in simple enough terms, you either bet yes, I think it'll go over that, or no, I think it'll not go over that. And also you can change the target price, 61,400, which right now there's a 99% chance that's gonna happen. So kind of worthless to even bet on it. But I usually sit around 85 if I am gonna take a selection on these Bitcoin prices. If I'm just going raw, no outside edge, I kind of wait for it to go 85 and just make sure that it's not sitting too close to that target price. But basically, in simple enough terms, binary markets are just selecting yes or no on an event. Yeah, yes, I think it's gonna happen. No, I don't. So another very popular market is called multiple choice markets. In simple terms, it's basically where you can buy something, and when the outcome gets closer, you could sell your shares for, let's say, a 3x. So for example, this is the 2028 presidential election. And as you can see, these graphs right here, they are currently moving up and down always as the outcome gets closer. So in August, JD Vance was leading the race, and now it has Marco Rubio leading the race with an 18% chance to win. You bought Marco Rubio back here in August at a 4.5% chance. You could have sold it here at 18.3% for, I can't do the math in my head, but you could. That's a lot of money made right there. In simple enough terms, that's basically what multiple choice markets are. You know, you can buy something, and as something gets closer, you could sell your shares, or you could hold on to them, but you never know what's going to happen, you know, but that's basically what it is. So now that you actually understand what prediction markets are and the difference between the two, how are people making money on these apps? Well, let me tell you, there are so many different strategies that are giving people edges over people just throwing money in the app. It's really honestly free money at the end of the day if you do it correctly. Let me show you. So I'm gonna be heading over to the polymarket leaderboard to show you guys this strategy just because I like it a little more than Kalshi, but it's the same exact thing on both apps. So like I was saying before, most people have a great insight, and that's actually how they are understanding when to place these bets and why they're gonna go up. They're not just predicting and betting that it's gonna go up. They understand something that nobody else does. So how do you understand these insights before they happen? Well, it's a lot easier said than done. And this strategy kind of does it for you in a way. So you're gonna head over to the leaderboard, and you can kind of just select whatever category you want. Sports, crypto, finance. For this, I'm gonna do weather. So I'm gonna head over to weather, and you can see that there's a lot of people making trades on weather. In my opinion, I think it's the most profitable and most popular thing that is being predicted. So Shy Guy 1, he is currently the most profitable. He has $9,000 profit today. So that's not bad at all. So basically, in simple terms, this strategy is you can just view what these guys are placing. You know, they have made all this money for a certain reason. They're not just rich by getting lucky. They actually understand what they're placing. And along with just scavenging the top 50 leaderboard, another good place to find people that are constantly hitting on their positions is Twitter. I'm telling you, people on Twitter love to just boast about their money and how successful they are. So I'm telling you, they love to give a little bit of secret sauce. So for example, this is Valentine, and he's posting about a guy who made $1.2 million on Polymarket in 3 weeks. Fresh wallet, only sports, and 100K profit today, 600K profit this week, 15x'd his return in 41 trades. He gives you his link to his Polymarket profile, and he kind of just breaks it down saying, guys, this is not just some casual run. This has some meaning behind it. This guy knows something. Also, he does more than besides this. He talks about it right here, how people can make money on the weather. He breaks it down. Bunch of leaderboards. The absolute leader in weather earned over $2 million in net profile, and just simple stuff like that. This guy is a great follow if you want to just be caught up on all the top people. So yeah, go give this guy a follow, and that's basically simple money. It's slow, but it's very safe. You know, compared to other strategies where you're trying to figure out stuff on your own, or you know, you're getting bad information, this is as safe as it gets. So those two strategies are very risk-free, safe ways to build your portfolio over time. You know, you're just following guys' trades that are very likely to happen. It's not rocket science or anything. But if you want to dive a little deeper into the prediction market space, Twitter is such a great place to find people to reach out to, follow, and just honestly look at their posts, and you'll get great sauce just like that. For example, if we head over to PM Trader Adam's Twitter, he is a highly accredited man. You know, he's a top predictor on Polymarket, and he created this thing called Jex Trade. Now, if you head over to Jex Trade on Twitter, you will come across the best sauce you can for prediction markets. Like, check this out right here. This suspicious Polymarket wallet has bought over 14,000 shares for Anthropic to release cloud by June 15th. Now, this guy has previously corrected the release of Opus 4.0. So it's proven that this guy might have some insights. As you can see, do they know something the rest of the market doesn't? It's not financial advice. It's just showing you that this guy might have some insights. So you can't take his word. It's just a little bit of sauce before it's happening. So along with all these insights and following other people's trades, where are these people actually finding their insights? Well, when it all comes down to it, a lot of these people are using third-party websites. And if I'm being honest, a lot of these are paid for, you know, honestly, a lot of money at the same time. But that's not what I'm doing for you today. I'm actually gonna be giving you a free website just to help you out a little bit. It's not going fully in depth to like arbitrages and shit like that. It's just simple, a little more in depth that can help you get slightly more edges over just a guy that had no idea what's going on in the market. So if you headed over here to hashdive.com, completely free, no sign up, it just gives you sauce. It'll show you every market you want it, and it'll just give you a little bit more in-depth details on the numbers. So for example, will Iran win the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Shows you the last price, the volume, how many trades are being placed, how many buyers, and this is where it really gets interesting. When you come over here, it shows you whale buys, whale volume buy, and also the volatility. So what is whale buys? Simple terms, whale buys is when an individual, not usually an individual, most likely a hedge fund, is putting a lot of money into a certain trade. For example, you can see here, 3 whale buys, whale volume buy, $1 million. 13 whale buys, $500,000. Whale buys can tell you a lot of different things. It could either tell you that somebody really thinks this is gonna happen, or that these hedge funds are trying to flip-flop the market so that they can get it to go the complete opposite way, if you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, to make money on these prediction markets, you really have to perfect your craft. You'll never get an edge over someone if you're just kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I promise you, you have to learn. You have to reach out. You have to look up YouTube videos. You have to do everything. It'll take a little bit to make some money, but I promise you, at the end of the day, it is worth it. Even me, I haven't made enough money on this app. I'm still learning. So that's exactly what I went ahead and wanted to do for you guys. I went out and reached out to this guy named Quinn. As you can see right here, Quinn has made $5,000, $5,300 to be exact, so far in this month of June. And we're only on the 6th day of June. So about $6,000 in 6 days. So I'm about to call this guy up on Discord, and hopefully he can give me a little bit of sauce, give you guys a little bit of sauce, and we can all make some money. Okay, brother, so you have made $6,000 so far in the month of June. When did you get into prediction markets?
I started in January.
January, dang, so you're pretty fresh.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Gosh, so when you first started, were you making pretty good money like immediately, or was you just kind of like over time started making the money?
Yeah, I started with just little money, $1,000 bets.
What would you say your edge is over a normal guy who's just, just getting into the space, just throwing money down? Like, what strategy are you going into these prediction markets with?
I love crypto. I discovered polymarket because I like to study crypto protocols.
Yeah.
When I discovered polymarket, I read on Twitter about an airdrop, potential airdrop. So I just decided to start polymarket or just make a few bets. I liked it. I watched YouTube videos on. It works very similar to trading protocol. So that's it, man.
So when you're going into these bets, like you said, you're a big crypto bettor. So do you focus more on the data? Like, are you looking at news or just any other insights, Twitter, stuff like that?
No, not really. I like betting on sports.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
I have a friend, he has 40,000 followers on Telegram. He knows a lot of Spanish football. I bet basically on crypto and sports markets.
I got you. So when you're betting on these, are you using any third-party apps, like any paid subscriptions to help you out, or you just kind of?
No, not really. For example, if I'm gonna bet on crypto, I use TradingView. It's for watching the candles. Yeah, that's it. No.
You said you started prediction markets in January. What was your biggest loss?
Oh shit, man! My biggest loss was $3,000. Very dumb.
Do you consider a lot of people, a lot of high people who make hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars on prediction markets, they don't consider it gambling? They say they have their edges over other people. What would your thoughts be on that? Like, is this gambling, or how do you consider those edges?
That's a very good question, man. In polymarket, actually, there is a big problem with privileged information, but the owner of polymarket said that it isn't a problem because it's not like traditional crypto markets. What happened with Maduro, that a person close to Trump bet a day before for $100,000.
Yeah, and then he raided their country. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that should not be legal.
Exactly, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, that's what I talked about earlier in the video. Politicians, Donald Trump getting involved. That's another big problem. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
So you said you lost $3,000. What's the most you've made in one prediction market bet trade, if you will?
This week, I won $6,000. And I think that it's the it's my best bet. It was plus
A parlay?
3 times.
Yeah. Oh, a 3-time? Oh, okay, I
Sorry,
got you.
man.
What advice would you give someone that is trying to get into prediction markets? They have no idea. Like, what should I bet on? What should I? You already said before, don't put money down that you do not have. But what should I even be getting into? Like, I have no idea. I have no history, none.
First of all, what you say, don't waste money you need. Maybe it's a good way to start learning something. Maybe you can get interested on geopolitics, sports. It's a funny way to enjoy things much.
Exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. You're never going to make money with prediction markets if you're not willing to like learn or perfect something. If you're not like just have an open mind, like you said about politics, news, just stuff like that. Great way to open
That's
your
it.
mind to the world. If you were to give a trader $100, what would you say is the best way to turn that $100 into, let's say, 1,000?
There's a lot of ways to make money on polymarket. You can just bet. You can provide liquidity, which is a very safe form, a very safe way to earn money without taking much risk. My answer, if you want to make it safe, but it will cost many time, is to LP farm, or better the best way, but you take risk, is to find unpriced bets, unpriced markets.
Once again, I appreciate you coming in, Quinn. You've been a big help, brother. Do you have anything you would like to end off with?
Thanks to you for giving me the opportunity to be here and like the video, man. To all the watchers and have fun.
I appreciate that, brother. You have a good rest of your day.